Man. Today we're going to be doing another episode in the Gaia project in Minecraft series. Today we're going to be covering the biggest part, the faction boards. That's right, all 14 of them. Now you can see them here. It's hard to even get them to fit in the screen. I honestly didn't want to make this episode because I knew it would take so long, but here we go. So these are the faction boards. The first thing I did was I created a tileable pattern that I could dupe all 14 times. So I just have this bar across the top. This space is for the Gaia formers and all the free actions here. Free actions go here. Then these are the terraforming steps. These are the different planet types, and these are the terraforming steps that you have to perform to unlock them. And then here's the Gaia planets. I had to use candles for them, so it's not the perfect resolution. There's the Gaia planet, and there's the color of mine you put on it. Here's the planet you terraform into a Gaia planet. Here's the color Gaia former you put on it. And then there's the Gaia planet token you put on it once complete. Then I created the power cycle, so here's level 1, and the purple was so pale if you actually look at the boards that it really did just look black. It just had a purple outline, so I did that with these signs and glass. Then there's level 2, and then finally there's level 3. Of course, here's the Gaia area, and here's the area for the characters alien and planet type, but I put the name and then a book with the name and abilities, planet type, planetary institute abilities, etc. And I duplicated this for all 14 of them. Then I took each one and I said, because I had originally used snow in all these areas, I selected each one and replaced it with the color of concrete I wanted. So in this case, orange concrete, and then I used different pieces for all the different structures. I used candles for the mines since they're very small and plentiful. I used fences for the trading posts. I just found whatever round object I could for the research labs, and I know not all of them are going to look anything like them at all, but I just found the closest object I could, because you are supposed to pick this up and put it on the spaceport. Then these are for the academies. I used fence gates because they're very long, just like the academies. And then because the Planetary Institute is like a big pyramid, I used a wall for that whenever I could find one. And then underneath them I have all of the different resources you gain. So you gain these resources for the mines, these resources for the research labs, these credits for the trading station, knowledge for the first academy, but then special action to gain a QIC for the second one. Then I simply replicated each one twice. Then I simply duplicated each one, but I put a different sign here and different book here. So if you look this up, you can see same planet type, but different ability and different planetary institute. And then I just did that down the line. So here's the red one. I could use mines, fences, and fence gates consistently for the mines, trading stations, and academy, but I had to find a different research lab and planetary institute for each one. So for the red factions, I used crimson fungus because it is definitely rounded, just like research labs. And for the planetary institute, I used a red nether brick wall. So this is the Hudged Colossus, and then here are the Ivets. Same. Then I have the brown faction. For round things I used pointed dripstone, and for walls I used mud brick walls. So here is the Taclons, and then here is the Ambas. Again, same stuff. For the blue factions I used twisting vines for the research labs. I'm pulling at strings here, guys. And prismarine walls for the Planetary Institute. Here is the Terrans, and then here is the Lantids. For the white factions, I used skeleton heads for the research labs. It's a small, compact, definite shape, and it's the opposite around, but it fits it pretty well. And then for the wall, I used diorite wall. So here is the Nevlas, and here is the Itars. Um, Here is the yellow factions where I used bells. Bells with a perfect shape. Definitely like rounded pointing shape for the research labs. And then I couldn't find a yellow wall. I was debating between end-stone brick walls. But my sister pointed out that this was a bit more yellow. This one is orange yellow, whereas endstone is greenish yellow. And in this context, the yellow concrete is a bit orangish, so this fits it better. And then this is the Xenos, and this one is the Gleans. Now here is the Gray Federations. Now for most of them, I had been using candles for the mines, and then find a wood type that color and use the fence posts for the trading stations and the fence gates for the academies. But there is no gray wood type, so I used iron chains for the trading stations, and then happy gas for the academies, and then dried gas blocks for the academies. Here I used the heavy core for the research lab, since again, just like the skeleton head, it's a nice compact block, and it is a little bit smaller than the dried gas, so that indicates that it is lower down than the academy. And for the Planetary Institute, I just used the stone brick wall. So here is the Firax, and then here is the Best Gods, and they all have their different planet types, abilities, and planetary institutes. Some of them are quite long, but those are all the federations. And then, obviously, you don't want to be running back down here and then back up to all the other stuff throughout the game. So what I did is, you'll notice there's a command block beside each federation. So what you can do is select the federation you want to play. Say I would like to play the Nevlas, so I go down to the Nevlas Federation, and I can come over and activate the command block. You'll see one of these green outlines is filled in with this white Federation board. So when I'm playing the game, I can come over here, I can do all my stuff, I can take my structures, I can move my power things around, and all of these have an assigned slot. So the orange ones both go to top left slot, so even if I activate this one, it will still go to the same slot. Then even when you're done the game and you're trying to reset the board, you clean everything else up, and then in the bottom left corner, 2 over from the center block, you'll find an oak button, and when you press that, it will automatically clear everything for you. And all the tokens that you have to use on your board in the game are here in this chest. So the credits, ores, knowledge, QIC, power, and then the brainstone for that one faction. There's a chest beside them, and inside that chest is where I put the satellites for each faction. So those are the satellites. Each faction gets 25, and they use it to track different things throughout the game on the scoring board. So each player puts a satellite of their color on one of these 2 scoring tracks, and they advance in the selected statistic. I showed the system of showing the final scoring tiles in my last video, but they can track the end scoring tiles with their satellites here, and then the rest of them are spent over here on the spaceport when they form federations. So when they build maybe 2 structures here and then the third one here, they place their satellite down in the empty space to indicate that these 2 are connected and form a federation. Well, this video didn't actually take as long as I thought it would. But yeah, that is all 14 Gaia Project faction boards in Minecraft. That genuinely took me a while because I had to go down the line and place all those different blocks for the structures, and all the buttons had to be placed because you can't actually place them down, so I had to place a block and then change it to a button. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video, which I think will be the final video in the series. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure to subscribe, comment, and like down below. Peace! Hey guys, I'm a man from the future here. You might have noticed this video don't come out on my current 3-day upload schedule. That's cause my last video was on Thursday, so this video would have had to have come out on Sunday, and I do not want to disrespect the Lord by working on the Sabbath. So I'm posting this video on Monday, and it's not coming out at noon because I just got back from a trip and finished editing the video like at 10 o'clock. So I'm sorry for the late upload, but yeah, hope you enjoy.